Y'all, it's been a long weekend. I done lost over 10 pounds. My face is looking rather thin. I got good news today. And then I darn gonna come across this bullshit right here. So I'm just going through a wave of damn emotions with this. So let's get on into it. I get to my personal life and a whole nother video. Matter of fact, we'll record that video tomorrow because it's already 7 something at night right now. And the breakdown, the weight loss, the medical updates, and everything going on with me would be too long to go into. Along with the new job update, I'm actually looking in the green again on the job front. I actually start another temporary gig tomorrow in addition to this other one that is a work from home position. It might be go ahead and deja vu. But once again, I update y'all on that on the business channel. If y'all not follow me on my business channel, DivaWuan's Business, that will be down in the description box below. But speaking of below, honey, let's darn on call Malik Yoba to the darn on stage. Miss darn on down low queen that wants to come out. Come on. And then it's so ironic that this is happening this time of the year because this is pushing right up on the year anniversary of when I seen the black darn conscious community darn dragging the person that called out Dwight Howard with his foolishness of not wanting to pay the darn girl. And then they try to make excuses for that and it cause all sorts of darn you know, commotion. Now here we is a year later with the same bullshit with two different sets of people. Or in this case, three sets of people inadvertently. So this all started out when Malik Yoba retweeted Instagram a message giving his support towards the trans community and talking about he's trans attracting the trans experience and all that. Okay. It was in defense of a 20-year-old boy who killed, well, I wouldn't even say killed himself, but overdosed because a group of black and Latinas, and I think there was a couple white people up in there as well. Um, and I'm just talking about cultural backgrounds. Yeah, I know that Latinas can be of different ethnic origins, but they looked like some mixed, kids up in there. They was picking up on him, saying that he was a F bomb and this, that, and the stuff, and he likes to suck, downstairs if he's messing with trans. Let's go ahead and break that down. When I tell y'all I did not want to even do this motherfucking shit, I was about to tell y'all can have this motherfucking shit. But I feel that somebody with some common sense should darn gonna keep it real. Because the few trans women that I'm seeing coming out, yeah, it's about time for me to give my honest opinion on this. I see faults on all sides of it. So let's get into where the boys went wrong. Obviously, the boys, if it wasn't an issue, if people could be with whoever they want to be with, whether the boy was with a trans woman or not, it shouldn't even matter. I don't understand this shit with my community, and I'm talking about not even the black community. The reason why I be so over my black people at times is because we still, demonize this shit. We still go by these motherfucking Bible. But then y'all want to talk about reparations, but y'all darn on following that motherfucking Bible that says, bitch, you inherently a cursed darn on subhuman of people any damn way. Why in the fuck you darn on asking for some darn on reparations and you attend to be in a cursed society? We don't want to talk about that shit though. But then they say the God is darn on copper color and all, but the copper color's looking out for darn on fair skin more than you. So you got the darn gone Christian black folks with their darn gone Bible with the homophobia. Then you got the darn gone alpha males feeling like their masculinity is at risk because of what somebody else is doing. Okay. So my thing is this: if you was really secure, once again, I keep sounding like a fucking dead horse, and I'm so sick of this shit. But if you really felt secure as yourself as a person, whatever somebody else is doing, you would truly be unbothered. If somebody said they was with a trans person, okay, yeah, and so what? The day's darn gone, what, Tuesday? Like, if we didn't give light to this, if we were just to be simply unbothered, as I am, a darn on ultimately unbothered with this, except for the seriousness of what's coming up in this video, we wouldn't have this shit. But needless to say, this is where we go wrong in the darn on community. We can't expect people to darn gonna be unbothered by this and make it and not demonize this when you going around using inflammatory language such as training. Now, when you use that, and because the boy said he loves trainings, and I didn't see that in a positive light, because that's a derogatory phrase of saying it. He didn't say that he was in a relationship with a transgender woman. He said he loves trainings as employer. Where he gave off that connotation as if he's the one that searches, the websites for the girls and asks them, are you pre-op to post-op, and he would prefer pre-op. Like, he prefers a fully functional doggone possibly top girl, honey. He prefers like the T.S. Madisons of the world. Shout out to the big dick bitch. We about to read you later on, T.S. So I'm sorry, girl, but I got to even bring you in on this. Just put me on the docket, because bitch, I'm about to gonna put you on my docket today, whore. But needless to say, even with the language of referring to us as trainings, I think that's darn on problematic within itself. And then it turns out that he was in a relationship with a transgender woman and was abusing her. So while everybody's feeling like he done committed suicide, the darn on transgender woman done came out and said, "Oh wait, hold the fuck up now. He ain't committing no damn suicide. He accidentally overdosed because I done left his ass because he kept beating me up like he's darn on Ike Turner on a darn going tink tink budget, bitch. It's like you trying to beat me up like you got Ike money, but you darn gone walking around here with sagging pants, feeling darn gone boo-hooing because of what some darn gone fellow 20-some-year-old said about you." The fact that he was walking, as he was saying that, it was like, bitch, you ain't got no money like that. And I ain't darn gonna finance shame you, cause honey, I'm hoping this darn gonna power go out when Hurricane Dorian come just for 3 hours, so I can get me some darn gonna stamps down there, the darn gonna down there the social service, until this darn gonna money start rolling back in like it used to, So I ain't darn gonna poverty shame you or whatever. However, I can't feel too sorry for this gentleman when you darn gonna fetishize and darn gone trannies, instead of saying you do not mind being with a transgender woman if somebody asks you the question. Now, if they ask you the question and then you say it, okay. But I'm trying to figure out what was the context of this darn on conversation where this was brought up. It seems like maybe they found out some tea and he just came out with it and used the wrong term. But then again, like I said, when we look into the backstory, though, he was in an abusive relationship with a transgender woman and overdosed on pills, which he had a prerequisite habit of darn on taking pills. So an accidental darn on death by darn on a combination of darn on narcotic pills, as opposed to him being darn on mob. Like I said, wrong on both sides. I don't condone the abuse on anybody. I don't condone the verbal abuse that the guys did to him, nor do I condone the physical abuse that he did to the transgender woman. Point blank in the motherfucking people. But needless to say, this sparked the whole controversy because people thought he killed himself based off of being bullied. And like I said, if these black folks' minds wasn't so hypocritical, and if they really didn't give a damn about who people were sleeping with, this wouldn't even became national news. This wouldn't even, because it's like, what would have been the point of bullying somebody? Why are you bullying somebody because they love somebody of the same sex or they love somebody who's transgender? They ain't trying to darn hook up with you. That's how I feel about it. Why do we even give life to this? But then again, you have transgender women who darn gonna give life to it as well. And we about to darn gonna call them up in a moment. But needless to say, Malik Yoba ended up making a long dissertation talking about how it was unfortunate that he felt the need to kill himself, and he's of the trans experience. He loves them trans women, and he's going to the trans conference and all this, that, and the third. He's speaking up on transgender rights. Okay, it would have been all grand and dandy if it didn't come out that now you got this Latina chick who said she fucked you when she was 13 years old, and that you were purposely seeking out younger girls. So now it turns out, is this repentance? Are you doing this now because you feel guilty about darn on exploiting the darn, and you adding to the exploitation rates of young, homeless transgender youth? Is this why you doing this now? Inquiring minds want to know. Unless you did it within the past now I don't know about New York law. I think New York got it set up where, I don't know. I think New York is sexual assault within 7 years of majority. I don't think they are one of the states where it's indefinite. So if you ain't done none of this in the past 5 years, you can come on out and admit it. But then again, you might not want the civil suit behind. But they still would have to bring the preponderance of evidence in the civil suit. But it look like the Latina chick might be able to do that. So I don't know if he just not coming on out with it because of the civil suit, but he definitely can't be charged criminally, unfortunately, because when it comes to pedophilia, it's usually within 5 to 7 years of the child becoming a majority that they have to file charges, and if it's not filed within 5 to 7 years of majority of when you become 18, so 23 to 25, you can't do nothing. So the Me Too movement unfortunately does not apply to childhood victims in that regard. There are, I think, a couple of states that allow it for an indefinite period of time where you can it can be 20 years later and the person can now be brought up on charges, but mostly it's a 5 to 7 year statute of limitations on childhood pedophilia. I don't think it should be any darn on statute of limitations in my opinion, but that's what the current law is. But the Latina chick felt the need to come out, and I overall agree with most of everything that she said. Um, if it should be noted that he was out there messing with the girls, and I wasn't a person that had no problem with it if it was like 16, 17, 18, because now I'm going to go into some story about my neighborhood. Now, for y'all to know, I'm in the 2-6 area, which is not too far over from Bragg, and there are some street walkers between the age of 60 all the way as young as darn on 16. And it's like, honey, some of the darn on 20, 16, 17-year-olds look like the 30, 40-year-olds in the face. I mean, so some of them don't look as young as what they should look like. So it's like, not making excuses for it, but it's like some of y'all don't really look. Y'all don't have the excuse that Miss the Latina chick can say. Now, for the ones who do, I would think shouldn't have been some ID checks or something. Not that I'm darn on glorifying prostitution, although y'all probably want to vote for Senator Kamala Harris because she is trying to decriminalize prostitution in the state of New York. So this might darn on work to a darn on to this situation as far as not being brought up on no prostitution charges. However, when it comes to the minors, I hate to say it's desensitized, but he's the upteam person. It don't surprise me with the Harvey Weinsteins and everybody's coming out. And I know it's some in our darn gone black community too, even though we don't want to admit it. And Malik Yoba, you just, girl, I'm not surprised. I'm not the least bit motherfucker surprised. So what do y'all think of this? Like I said, only thing I feel bad for is for the young teenage trans women who were sexually exploited. And because they're not going to be seen in the eyes of the court as any victims compared to biological women counterparts, it is what it is. It's like when it comes to us, it's always due to that corrupt Bible and the system being intertwined with religion. People are always going to have that inner skew thinking of, you know, it's always on the trans woman, even if in situations like this, the trans woman don't get the benefit of the doubt of being a child who could not consent to adult. It's a double standard. Yes, I definitely know that. But knowing that the laws are not darn gonna set up in our favor, why push it even harder for us? And I felt that in this situation of how she called him out, it was like, mm, I half ass disagree with it because it's like it got lost somewhat. I felt that the emphasis on the childhood pedophilia was being overshadowed by him just, searching for trans women in general, and that's how it's not how it should be. It should have been emphasized on the fact that he was darn on out there, darn on trying to pick up young teenage girls. That's what it should be most so focused on, specifically trans teenage girls. Not that he was picking up the 20, 30, the ones that was talking about he was a cheap darn on fling. It's like, bitch, just because you didn't know how to darn on charge your proper rates, whore. Just because you didn't go to the school of T.S. Madison, whore them, honey. And you should have darn gonna learn from the true queen that darn gonna build her empire. I can give a damn about the motherfuckers that are in their 20s talking about, he was rude and, he wasn't as darn gonna kind. And it's like, bitch, short of him darn gonna raping you or short of him physically abusing you, I don't give a goddamn about your sad story, hoe. You know what you signed up for when you darn gonna walk the darn gonna hoe stroke. Don't come with this darn on he only paid me $200 and now I want to sue for my money darn on decades later. Honey, Kamala Harris ain't passed the darn on bill yet, bitch. And the way it's looking, they currently got her in fifth place. So it's not looking too favorable for her as far as getting in there. So I don't give two fucks about these 20-some-year-olds talking about they was cheated out they pay. Bitch, you should have, like T.S. Madison said, bitch, you should have stepped your pussy up. Step your pussy up. We talking about the 13, 14, 15, 16, 17-year-olds. Your 20-some, 40-year-old looking ass, I don't have no motherfucking sympathy for her. Because half of y'all wouldn't have to darn gonna deal with them prices if you come see me. Now I know this is doggone. I know Juan is like, bitch, how you expect somebody to come see you and insult them? Hell, sometimes tough love can make a girl make them come see you. So this is some doggone tough love for y'all to come down to Luan Aesthetics. If you pay me enough, I travel out to you. Now Hurricane Dorian is currently in the Carolinas, so y'all got to wait a minute. Y'all got to wait a minute. But after Hurricane Dorian pass over, honey, my information be down below as far as my darn natural channel and all that good stuff. But my email be down below as well. But it's like just getting your skin and stuff right will go a long way on getting them paid up. And you can go from $200 to $2,000. You can get flued out. You can go from barely paying a cable bill to having a house paid off. Just by simply coming to me and getting a couple microdermabrasions, a couple chemical pills, butt lifting treatments. I do all that. I have the capabilities of getting all that. Y'all just come on over. And this is including my girls in the darn on 2-6 as well. All my services are 100% legal. Matter of fact, it's September the 3rd. After Hurricane Dorian and all this, and I do my own boarding for my next job. I actually got to update my license, but my license is still active. I renew my license every year by the darn on 1st of October. Every darn on cosmetologist and esthetician, we are currently in the midst of our, continuing education classes and everything else, and make sure our license is up to date. So with that being said, just a simple darn on is enzyme facial, getting that skin right. can darn gonna put an extra zero up on that darn going on your payment, so you won't be darn gonna doing these tales years from now talking about I only got paid $200-300. Boo-hoo. When we should be focusing on the young, naive children that were darn gonna exploit it. So yeah, that's what I feel about this situation. It's like just a hot mess. Unfortunately, he ain't gonna get no jail time. Like I said, short of him darn gonna doing this within the past 5-7 years, and somebody's coming out, I really don't see it for him getting jail time. The most that we could probably see him is getting blackballed. As a dark skinned black man, it ain't that hard for him to get blackballed. It's not like he's a white Harvey Weinstein or something. Like when you black and you found guilty of some shit, it won't take long for you to get blackballed because, honey, your black people be darn gonna quit the darn gonna blackball you quicker than us. And in this case, this is the right time for you to get darn gonna blackball. This is the instances where people should get blackballed when you are, dealing with pedophiles and stuff. I'm tired of, the old school of sweeping pedophilia under the rug and we don't talk about this shit, or oh, he was only fucking with the tranny, so we don't really have to mention that. No, it's just as important. The children are children regardless. But I feel that some people might look at this because, the children, the LGBTQ community, it's not the same. I hope that's not what happens. But I can see some people doing that as well. As I can tell, I'm really over this story. But I felt the need to speak on it. But yeah, just fucked up all the way around. Just fucked up all the way around, y'all. But getting into where we dropped the ball, these convenient outing of the stories, and you supposed to be a trans activist. You got all these bills and stuff paid, honey. I'm 100% here with you because, honey, when I finally get my hormones and stuff, I don't know if I'm going to be in the tax bracket where I'm paying out a la carte, or if I'm going to have to darn let Medicaid do the shit. More likely, I would just be paying out a la carte. So your darn activism don't work on a discount savings for DivaWuan, honey. And then of course, like my face ain't being touched at all, honey. Except for the laser hair removal. Ignore this little facial hair today. I supposed to be getting waxed. That didn't work out too well, honey. My doggone, I tried today, honey. Mm-mm. We just going to shave for now until I get this doggone laser hair removal. But I can do up here. Like, it don't surprise I can do right here, but as soon as I get up in here, like, I need a fellow esthetician to wax me. Like, my hair can wax. It's just me and the anxiety of doing it and then trying to record. It just don't work out good. So if I can find a fellow esthetician who's willing to wax me, I would be totally game. Like, I do not have that much face. This is 2 weeks worth of facial growth, and y'all can barely see it on me. I naturally do not grow that much hair. So I know if I get laser hair removal, in addition to hormones, it'll probably only take like 5 sessions for me to get completely hairless. But yeah, back to this. Like I said, what are y'all thoughts on it? Y'all see how over it I am. I'm just not gonna looking at my phone, just not really giving. I mean, it's a serious subject in regard to the children. I feel bad for the teenagers who were raped and everything. So my nonchalantness is not for the young girls. It's for the 20-some-year-olds or the 30-some-year-olds who feel like they come out later. And granted that she was a teen when this happened, I feel like if she was bold enough though, where she was getting laws and stuff passed, why didn't you feel it was your due diligence to call out this motherfucker when he was darn on doing the shit? Now you don't get the darn on liberty of saying that you felt like you couldn't. He was in a position of power, like you said. Malik Yoba ain't nobody. He ain't no motherfucker Tyler Perry. He ain't no motherfucking Kevin Hart. He ain't no Jay-Z. He ain't got the power to put out hits on well, then again, it don't really cost too much to put a hit, but still, it's like with you being as well known as who you are, you could have easily darn made this known and could have saved the expense of, possibly hundreds of young girls during the time that you was out and well known on your activism. Why you wait to the time where he called himself repenting for you to darn put him on blast? Not trying to say that you can't allow for the conversation to have, because he still should be put on notice anyways. But I feel like it's still wrong on you that you darn save this in your back part of your brain until it was time for revenge day, as opposed to really being on a archerism. A archeristic queen and doing it for the betterment of our community. You saying that you ain't going to reveal anybody else because they ain't pissed you off. But what if those other people who are nice were also nice to teenage girls? So you saying you gonna let them slide because they ain't there? Because that's what I got from that. Because like, what if you have some of them that were messing with the teenage girls as well? Because you ain't specify the time frame that you fuck with these other darn high dollar celebrities. Was you also a teen when they was fucking with you? And that's where the hypocrisy comes in. Cause why is you only calling out Malik Yoba, but then you ain't calling out these ones? I don't give a damn. Pedophilia is pedophilia. And it comes in many different stages. You got the ones who are more so straight up rude and a bitch about it, and then you got the ones who are nice, which is even worse because it feeds into that psyche that you can trust them more, and you develop a Stockholm syndrome to your abuser with the one who's more nice versus the one that's straight up rude. So you got the nice pedophile, the one that portraying themselves as nice. Those are the ones that to the mind is actually more dangerous because the girls develop a Stockholm syndrome to this one over here versus the Malik Yarbas. You can see not to fool with this one anymore, but you still fooling with this one as a young child. And now as a grown woman, you saying that you are potentially darn gonna turn a blind eye to all these ones over here who are also fucking you when you was a teen. But you just want to call this one out because he was a cheapskate. You see how that diminishes the damn movement. You see how that makes all of us look motherfucking darn trifling. Like it just gives a grand generalization that, this is what happens with the trannies. It's just about the money with them, honey. Even now, when you going to school and you showing us you at the college campus and shit, you getting your books and this, that, and the third. It's phrased as a money, talking about lawyers and all this, that, and the third. Girl, really? And then she tried to clean it up, talking about, well, if he just commits to darn going, donating to some trans causes, it's like, well, bitch, the irony of that, you already seen that he said he was going to a trans conference on the 27th of this month. So he was already putting in the darn work that you said would be required for you to not even push it even further. So why did you even feel the need to even reiterate that? So I seen some darn flops and gaps up in her darn story as well. Like I said, just fucked up all the way around. And when we normalize this shit, and when we darn make exceptions, it just darn makes it darn terrible for all of us. It's just terrible for all of us. It's not seen as serious. And then when you allow people to fetishize us and go in and out of out of their gender identity on their will. And once again, I told you I was gonna bring up Matt. Y'all thought I forgot, honey. Honey, I might be tired and I might want to go and eat my noodles and watch my TV, but I ain't forget about you, big dick bitch. So bring up the meme, honey. Now, Madison, I love you, I do, but I would be remiss if I didn't say that you somewhat contributed to the darn going the bullshit with transgenders and this darn hypocrisy that we face. Because once again, as transgender women, You know, some further along in they transition. Y'all blessed to have y'all boo. You know, Triple D's bitch over here still flatter than Lupita Nyong'o. Now, bitch, you in the motherfucking chateau. Now, I was about to say you can afford to deliver girl some coins, but after I read you, you probably be ready to darn gonna cuss me out and toss some darn gonna quarters at me as opposed to a few coins in the sense of some chicks, honey. But it's okay. Because like I said, I'll be remiss if I didn't get everybody together on a hypocrisy. And T.S. Madison, accept you. When I see a video of you when you was back when Kaya, the thug missus, and you had 30,000 darn gone viewers watching you on Facebook Live, why did you felt the need to turn that camera around and we seeing you piss in the bathroom, standing up? See, that's that bullshit I'm talking about. It's like, bitch, okay, you never darn gone got your darn gone thing zip, dip, flipping in reverse. See, it's share, it's share, okay, you didn't get the darn gone magic stick flip to a sugar bowl, but bitch, you don't need to emphasize that shit. And it's like, okay, we already let you get away with the title of the big bitch, but did we really need you on Facebook Live pissing in the bathroom? And then constantly making references to the doggone dick cutting. But then when it comes to trans women who are fully in tune with their femininity and identify as a woman, then you wonder why it's doggone 10x harder when you got the T.S. Madisons of the higher platform doing shit like that. So it's like it just fucks up everybody all the way around. I don't got nothing more to say on it, y'all. Like I said, I'm so done. I'm done. When I tell you I'm done with everybody, I'm done with the hypocrisy of the trans community, and I'm done with my fellow black folks as well. Like, bitch, don't call, don't ring, I'm leaving all y'all motherfuckers over there. Now y'all can leave y'all comments, thumbs up, thumbs down, put your hatred in there. Now be careful, YouTube will flag you. But you better be glad they flagged you before I come for you, because honey, I read you so bad you wish darn on YouTube flagged you first. But it's like ultimately I'm done with everybody. This is why a girl just sticks to my motherfucking self. Cause I can't take the hypocrisy on either end. Black folks darn gone still in 2019 demonizing people for being with grown consenting trans women. It's like, why, if it wasn't darn going seen as bad, you wouldn't even need to make a live stream. You wouldn't even need to give any time into that darn on energy. Because whoever somebody's with consensually, whether they darn gone got cheated out they pay, bitch, that's their business. I don't feel sorry about a bitch who didn't darn gonna properly value her pussy or magic stick back then. It's like, bitch, you put the price on it. You agreed to the price. Now you wait till he darn gonna gets more famous, successful years later. Now you want the dingo. Oh, well, this what happened years ago. You was a cheapskate, bitch. Fuck, go on, fuck yourself, bitch. Sit down. Sit the fuck down. And then when you add the title activist on top of it, and then you do shit like this, it's like I'm really over. I'm really over. I'm over them. I'm over the guys that's up with them. I'm hoping darn gone one of them with my darn gone August. I'm hoping it wasn't darn gone Trey. Shit, now hell, why don't Trey darn gone fuck with the girls like me that won't say shit? Now hell, like I said, I ain't no motherfucking prostitute, but bitch, I have my acceptance to the brew. Now, honey, it wouldn't pay for darn on somebody like an August or a Trey to darn gone holler my way. Shit, I'm telling you. Darn on, I'd show you how to darn on quickly get my darn on shit together. Won't have to worry about me saying shit. But they fooling with y'all motherfuckers. They out here fooling with the darn on trifling motherfuckers that darn on want to hear shit out on come mad day. But then you got a bitch like me, darn on, trying to struggle to get the teeth right and stuff. Look, you know, I do good to just keep my teeth darn on white and stuff with my hydrogen peroxide and all that because you know as an esthetician you can't have the face jacked up. So that's one good thing for me. I can keep my skin up, but it's like, honey, they wouldn't pay for nobody like an August or a Drake to come my way, honey. Shit, y'all really see me darn on glam, but have my darn on nice double D rack and everything in no time, honey. Get this hair situation together. Be able to darn on invest in some high quality wigs. Wouldn't hear a motherfucking peep out of me. Wouldn't hear shit out of me. Except in the bed. Oh, but you know that's a little bit too much. Like I said, what goes on in the bedroom is between them darn on consenting parties involved. So we won't go into the naughty talk. But honey, it'd be some zip and flip and reverse in that the order. Consensual. But they're going after these darn on low down trifling darn on hoes. And then it's like once again, you just jack it up for everybody. Even for the darn on ones who were they honest with their shit. Ain't bothered nobody. Now I will get T.S. Madison this. Out of all the shit that she does, even down with the peeing in the bathroom, she ain't never did these darn on out and like situations. She did her story times, but she ain't never put a name on it or anything like that. You know, shout out to Love and Hip Hop. Y'all remember Big Girl, what's her name? The chocolate sister that got the African father, and then the mother is Creole. Talking about put a name on it, whore. T.S. Madison ain't never put a name on it. That's what you call a whore with some decorum. Shit, like I said, let Drake. I'm telling y'all, DivaWuan and let Drake or darn on T.S. Well, no, y'all can have the Drakes. I really don't go for Drake like that. I understand he's the richest out of all. Now I might settle on the cash front. I ain't gonna lie. Just on the cash front, but preferably relationship. I would go for like the August Alsinas of the world, the Trey Songz of the world. Wouldn't have to hear shit from me. The only exception is I have my reservations about married guys, and neither one of those two that I mentioned are married. So that's the only thing I can't do. I can't do married people. I can't do the marriages. I ain't never been one to break up no happy homes. But yeah, as far as the teenagers though, can't just cancel, just like we did with the Harvey Weinsteins and all them. Guy from 7M just cancel. Case closed. Your hypocrisy darn being aired out by some darn transgender women who are even just as more hypocritical. So just like they need to sit down and have their seat, bitch, go ahead and pull up your seat too. And darn take the trifling black darn Bible thumping heifers with you as well. All y'all just have a motherfucker seat. Because like I said, it just created a whole conundrum where it didn't even need to be. You over there couldn't wait till them to turn 18. They still entertaining the shit. And they're when they become of age and then they're in a position of power, they passing laws and stuff for us to get medications and stuff. You should have been passing the law. You should have been finessing the cops to darn arrest while you had the position of power, Miss Latina. So you selective with your activism. And then once again, you got all this celebrity clientele. And I'm trying to figure out, like, God damn. And then looking at your before picture, I thought it was I looked at Paris Milan, shout out to Paris Milan and her content. Honey, I thought it was darn on Justin Bieber. I said, now, wait a minute. Now, what Justin Bieber got to do with this shit? Now, I've been peeped the video years ago about Justin Bieber blowing off my... Now, Justin, we going to fight now behind Odell Beckham. Now, bitch, Odell Beckham is husband material. Like, am I the only one that seen that video of darn Justin Bieber allegedly giving darn Odell Beckham head down at darn open darn party scene? Am I the only one that seen that clip? That them darn lips was just as juicy and darn Odell was darn looking real quick and Trey yelling out Like, why was you yelling if it was just? I don't think it was no drugs. Them lips was a little bit too moisturized for it to be some darn on drugs. Usually, people who have a crack addiction, they was trying to say that they was doing crack. It's like bullshit, bullshit. As somebody who darn is surrounded by addicts of that persuasion, bitch, I can tell an addict. It's like, bitch, them lips were moisturized. A crackhead typically have the whiteness around they darn on mouth going on. First and foremost, their skin ain't as moisturized as somebody, it dries you out and everything else. Bitch, them lips were just as moist. Come on now. Now, Justin, we gonna fight behind Odell, honey. But honey, that would be one I wouldn't tell on there. That wouldn't be one I wouldn't tell. Hell, maybe Justin could get. Second thought, we might can make a menage a trois. Both of them got that darn on right money. Like I said, it wouldn't pay for me to be a whore. See, I'd be a whore that would darn on flip this situation to have motherfucking businesses out the damn deal. I'm the one to get the doggone shelters and stuff for the doggone trans youth faster than these motherfuckers. You telling me you got all this celebrity clientele and you ain't even used it for the doggone event? You going to school and shit. You telling me you ain't been able to finesse a motherfucking business plan out of this shit? That's another thing. All these motherfuckers that can say they done hooked up with Drake, they done hooked up with Odell. Y'all motherfuckers make me sick, goddamn it. Make me want to do a Naomi Campbell and throw this motherfucking cheap ass Samsung Galaxy phone at you, whore. Horn and not darn gonna calculate your pussy. T.S. Madison, the only one that darn gonna finesse her shit to $1 million empire. And here you is with the darn gonna she said she got the service dog, you walking up to the damn schoolhouse. Like I said, why? In my Beyonce voice. Wow, why? Wow, why? Don't you love me? Honey, why can't they darn gonna come up on here and love up on a southern darn gonna queen? They ask them to corn, they get the. Honey, I do like Taraji. Honey won't say shit except when it matters. I won't have to say nothing until it darn gonna come to the bedroom. Y'all messing with these darn gonna crazy queens. I want to hear the rest of it. I was more irritated about this darn on clientele. I wanted to hear the rest of the clientele of the A-list clients because I've already heard stories about Odell. I've done heard about Trey. I done heard about all of them. And I'm trying to figure out why can't they darn go swing my way. I swear I wouldn't say shit. I wouldn't have never lose to nothing. Honey, now y'all notice a diva's tax bracket would go up very quickly, and I don't give a y'all just motherfucker speculate. Y'all just speculate, bitch. DivaWuan hit the motherfucking lottery. Well, why wasn't it on the news? I let somebody else cash the check. Honey, I'll make up something. I'll finesse the story real quick. That would be one secret that would go to my motherfucking great, unless they decide to get public in a relationship with me and we get married. But other than that, it's like, how come these motherfucking guys don't come to the Carolinas? I'm telling you, if they swing by darn on the 2-6 area. Once again, that celebrity, I swear, I promise you, I won't say shit. Because I'm trying to figure out, this darn on bitch done ruin it for all the trans youth in New York. You had the darn on power to darn on utilize your Latina cooch. Looking like Justin Bieber. Like I said, that motherfucking throwback, I thought it was darn on Justin Bieber with a darn on perm. I said, oh, Justin Bieber darn on perm look horrible on your motherfucking ass, bitch. Looking like Justin Bieber up in the motherfucking face. But then again, some of the girls go for the dirt justice. Like I said, I don't see. Odell, I'm motherfucking mad with you, honey. Instead of you got all this doggone, Carolina cinnamon spice, honey, over here, and you going for doggone crack porcelain, doggone Justin. I don't understand it. But then again, Justin do got them hips though. But bitch, I got a whole 42. And mine's natural too, baby. Now I definitely know he don't got more hips than me. I see. I'm legitimately mad about this damn shit. The darn gone guy. I'm legitimately pissed about this. I'm legitimately pissed on the whore front. It's like whores with no decorum, whores with no ethics, whores violating the darn on street codes. I need to come out with a whole series based off of this. We need to darn gonna have a transgender series based off of this about stories about proper darn gone whoredom etiquette, about and more stories about why there's a division in this thing with transgenders and gays in the black community, and about what you do when your child comes out. Like we already touched on the Mariah Lopez subject, but I think we need to have that discussion more so from a black perspective about what we do about, your child, feeling like they are of the transgender community at the age of 6. Because that was when I found out internally inside. Lord, my nose stuffy again, y'all. Let me blow my nose. Okay, y'all, I'm back. Y'all know with these two fans, I got my nose stay stuffed up, honey. See, this shit didn't happen when I had my not my CBD oil, but my black seed oil. I need to restock on that. As soon as I get my first paycheck, that's what I'm going to get. So I'm going to get change the brand up. I'm going to get the one that everybody uses versus that one that I currently have. I'm going to try to see how that one works. But yeah, in regards to this, honey, I'm about mad that I did darn gonna become a whore. Honey, us darn on honest working girls, it ain't darn on working out too far for us. And matter of fact, I'm gonna be honest with you. It wasn't like I said, it wasn't paid for me to be on the host role. Cause bitch, I could have darn on did more than what this Latina chick is doing. You talking about you had the connections around these motherfucking people? There's still an issue now. And once again, I ain't trying to undermine the laws that she passed statewide, but I'm trying to say, girl, you could have been in a whole different situation. Now she says she got lawyers and stuff, so I guess she got it like that where she least middle class. But it's like, girl, just wouldn't pay for me to darn gonna have your shoes, son. I don't understand this. I don't understand. See, we supposed to be talking about Malik Yoba, and this situation done turned to a whole nother thing. I'm up in my motherfucking feelings about this darn shit with the girls having access to all these motherfuckers, and here I am darn hoping the darn lights cut off for 3 hours for me to get some darn stamps until my darn income gets back good. We're gonna talk about my financial situation tomorrow and why a girl is going through it. Girl going through a medical crisis. Girl done got out of darn on clinical depression again. And that's another thing we need to bring up: depression in the black community. How that's not addressed. How we overlook all these issues. We turn our eye to the to the homophobia that's expressed towards the gay nephew, uh, or the gay uncle. We talk about queens in the church taking the abuse about being in the church. I give you both sides of that. Matter of fact, we just gonna go ahead and do it. We're gonna do a whole LGBT series from both perspectives, because I'm not just gonna give it one sided from pro LGBT. I'm going to see some benefits of the doubt from the black community. We going to finally have the honest discussions that don't come up about how the whoredom could have gone right. Because like I said, let it be in me, bitch. I would have had my spa open up. I would have had motherfucking clients. I would have been had employees. I would have had a store open up in my neighborhood, which desperately needs one. We only have a Family Dollar on our street. We got to travel out just to go to a nearest Walmart. We got to travel out in excess of darn on 5 miles just to be able to get some fruits and vegetables. So what happens when people don't have cars? You got to catch 2 buses, and that becomes problematic in this darn hot summertime weather. So it's like, honey, the things I could have done, and we supposed to be taught in school. that, go get your degree, bitch. Darn on, we got motherfuckers with master's degrees in the same predicament. Can't even be getting darn on the too qualified darn on letters. That's why I had to take the hit myself and go and create a whole business channel for us girls and guys that is in this predicament of what do you do when you done went to school, you done did everything right, you didn't have so much as a parking ticket, you didn't go on the whole stroll like some of these queens did, and it done backfired on us. Because honey, let me tell you, if I would have darn gone been able to do it, I would have been a lot more successful. But instead, here I am talking about I'm waiting for the darn on food stamps to kick soon as this darn on power kick off for darn on 3 hours. Get my temporary stamps for the month. Girl, boo. Like I said, we're gonna have these discussions, and I welcome the negative critiques in addition to the positive comments. I want to hear everybody's doggone sides of this. I'm even going to invite the Christians to comment on this, and y'all know I really don't mess with the Christian community. But I feel that all parties involved should speak their piece because I'm not about silencing anybody, no matter the differences of opinions I may have, because some of y'all may not darn gonna like my lifestyle or whatever, to the new people who come across this video. But guess what? We can agree to disagree. And that's what it's all about. If we can get to a point where we can agree to disagree on certain stuff, we would go a long way as people. If I darn go, and that's why I said there needs to be a video about what do you do when you have situations like the transgender coming into church and already been warned about the hell. Y'all know I'm in an apartment, right, y'all? And I got these neighbors. I know they wasn't banging for me to hush up. Oh, maybe he was darn on banging something on the wall, but let me darn on continue. But like I said, see, though, made me lose my whole train of thought. Like I tried to do a video earlier, and then the guy out. These motherfuckers tripping tonight. Like I said, I tried darn on weed deed over here. I tried to do a video earlier, and you had the guy weed deeding. Now you got these people over here either putting something on the wall or sitting to me to calm down, but I don't feel like I'm yelling that damn loud, am I? It's 8 o'clock at night, so I know the children ain't being put down. Child, y'all about to see a whole nother side of deep. See, this is about, see, if I had another reason for a girl to be on a whole stroll, because bitch I had a whole stroll, I wouldn't have to deal with potentially darn gonna doing I wouldn't darn gonna have to do a knock my damn self. I'd be in my own motherfucking house without the party. See, when I get about this motherfucker, I won't have to deal with shit like this no more. This is why we on the Zulu videos as well on this channel, the showcasing y'all the houses that we looking into. We darn gone raising our credit scores up to here. All of that which could have been provided on the darn gone host stroke. A lot quicker than darn gone doing it the honest way, which ain't been working good for us. But you got the President of the United States talking about moving on people like a bitch. You got the First Lady, Playboy model. You got the darn gone wife of the richest black man in America, Playboy model. It was like, girl, the darn gone ones who did everything what we was taught in school not to do seem to be the ones winning. You know what they say, can't darn gone beat them, join them. But darn gonna be more smart about it and be more classy with it. And that what saves you from darn gonna looking like trash when your darn gonna grandchildren pull shit up on the internet. Make sure if you're gonna go out like that, honey, make sure you know what you're doing. Now the girl I can't commit to no videos like T.S. Madison. No, I can't do the videos and stuff. But all that will be discussed in my series as well. You know, about the girls who decide to go that route and all this, that, and the third. But to wrap this up, y'all, I know this darn on video just took several darn on turns. We started off with Malik Yoba and the teenagers and we done changed this up to several subjects. But this was just to give y'all a sample of all the topics that we could go into discussing this about the transgender community, LGBT overall, and how it relates to the black community. Like talking about once again the queens in the church, talking about building up your finances, not darn gonna just fucking the darn gonna survive for the month, but actually fucking and darn gonna building up your credit score and making your business, and that way you don't have to be on the hook because that darn gonna honey, your coochie only got so many miles on it. What you gonna do when the coochie wear out, honey? And then you want to be out of the game before your coochie even gets wore out. Like we don't want to be talking about some Kiko balls and stuff. Like we don't want to be talking about, yoni steamings and stuff to try to rejuvenate stuff. We ain't going to be talking about LED therapy to try to tighten those darn on walls back up, honey. The point of the game is to get out of that. And I'm talking about to my biological women as well, who are on the whole stroke. And to my darn on gay guys. You want to be out the game. Don't think because, honey, you walking the magic stick that don't get darn gonna wear out as well. And then you're subject to diseases, all this, that, and the third. Got to be smart on that as well. So we got to do a whole video on horror etiquette, on preparedness, on business plan, on safety. We got to do a whole darn video series on that. So horror etiquette and safety, business planning, my thoughts about LGBTs in the church. Now, if y'all been watching my recent videos, y'all already got a good idea of how I think about that. I'm highly against the gays in the church, but if you're going to be in the church, I got my thoughts on that. We're going to touch more on the pedophilia. And that's just going to be in general. That ain't even going to be tied into LGBT. That's going to be tied into, how the black community has, swept stuff like this under the rug. And, Malik Yoba might be a celebrity, but quiet as it's kept, you got some of your uncles and stuff that done felt upon your nieces and nephews, and some of your darn gone grandmas and shit still holding that secret into this day. They ain't reporting the shit. So you can try to hold Malik Yoba accountable, but we also need to bring this back down to your micro perspective of the ones in your neighborhood. Uncle Charlie, or Charlie the neighbor, who's always friendly with the kids, but then there's some stories that's been told by the kids, but because he's seen as an influential person in the neighborhood, it's always turned other cheek, or oh, you don't know what you're talking about. So while we holding the Malik Yarbas accountable for, preying upon teenage transgenders, we also need to have that same energy for some of y'all cousins and uncles and the women you ain't exempt Dina. Some of the aunties. I've heard some stories on, in these YouTube streets about nargon black males being abused, being trafficked as well. And then it feels and then that's another double standard, because for a black male to be abused, and they get laughed at the police station if they make a police report. Uh, it seemed like, oh, you was just sowing your oats, and it's encouraged. Your daddy, in the South, it's common darn going knowledge that you turn 13, your darn gone father, buy a prostitute for you on your birthday, or all this, that, and stuff. So we actually promote this shit to a certain extent. We promote this darn gone detriment, but then we want to try to hold just Malik Yarber accountable. I think this is a start of a whole bigger conversation, in my opinion. And it should be from a sincere place of actually holding people accountable and not bringing this shit up on Mad Day. Not bringing this shit up just because they personally pissed you off, but you're not willing to bring up all the other ones because they were happy to be nice to you. We need to bring all this up. We need to bring the celebrities up in addition to your neighbors, in addition to the uncles. So that's it on that, y'all. Y'all leave y'all thoughts down below. Like I said, this is going to be the start of a far bigger conversation. And Y'all subscribe. Make sure that bell notification on to look out for them. And I'll see y'all soon with more videos. Mwah.